Is it important for girls to dress modestly?
Absolutely.
Why?
Because it just helps you focus on the person more as a child of God rather than this person who is.
I think it is. It's a representation of who you are, and if you, if you see yourself as Christ-like, then I think you should dress Christ-like.
Yes.
Why?
Because then, if they don't, it's like a better influence for bad things in people's minds.
Yeah.
Why?
Because, it's like in our society, it's not really like the thing to do, but it's what Heavenly Father wants you to do.
Okay.
Yeah, like when I meet girls, the more modest that they dress, yeah, they can be more attractive, but not as modest. But it's I don't want to talk to them as much because it's not someone that's the same morals as I have, and it's they might be better looking physically, but they're not as beautiful or something like that. Honesty's pretty important.
Okay. What clothing is considered modest to you on a girl?
When it goes over their shoulders and right to their knee.
Okay.
3 inches, no shorter than 3 inches above the knee, and covers most of the shoulder.
Sleeves and doesn't show their belly.
Okay.
And not very short shorts. They have to
Okay.
be knee.
Just anything that's not super revealing. If you were, if you could stand in front of Heavenly Father, and say, I like this, I'm happy with this, then by all means go for it. But you have to kind of keep in consideration that it's kind of a temptation for guys with modesty. You'll be walking down the hall and all of a sudden, you just see some revealing clothing. As a guy, it's hard not to look, and it kind of just ruins our whole mindset. It kind of gets us into that weird place that we don't want to be.
Does the way a girl dress affect what you think of her?
It can.
How? Any examples?
Well, it kind of makes me wonder if they care what other people think, just because, or in the sense of thinking of them as daughters of God.
If they dress in modesty, then I just don't really want to be into that person.
Why?
Because then you're oh, that person's probably not as nice, and they're probably mean to people.
Okay. Do you treat girls the same that dress immodestly versus modestly?
Yeah, but you don't think the same, but you treat them the same because they're still a human being.
Okay. If you had a daughter, would you want her to dress modestly?
Very much so.
Why?
Because I know what it's like to be a teenage boy.
I wouldn't want to be super strict, but if I felt uncomfortable looking at her, I wouldn't want her dressing like that because that's weird.
Because for me, I know, just for me, how I feel when I see girls who are immodest, and I don't want, specifically guys who are LDS, I don't want them to feel uncomfortable about that kind of thing.
Is there a certain clothing item you like on girls that is considered modest?
The young woman will appreciate your answer.
Oh, dang.
Or any clothing?
What's flattering on a girl?
I really like, I guess. I'm not very good at fashion, so whatever works, works.
Okay.
I don't even know.
That's
I don't
modest.
know items.
Nothing? There's nothing you like?
I don't know. Shirt and shorts.
T-shirt and jeans.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right. Do you have anything else you would like to say to the young women in our ward?
Dress appropriately.
Stay modest.
Okay.
But the biggest thing that I could say is thanking them for being modest. Because, I notice when girls are dressed modest, even if, all of them are in a group. I still notice that all of them are. I always feel appreciative of it.
No, just to remember who you are and what you stand for. Because we're always looked at in a good way, and I hear sometimes at work, there's some people that get criticized for the way they dress. I don't think you should be afraid to dress the way you want to, and if you feel comfortable dressing that way, then go for it. But I just think you need to remember that we're always representing Christ in everything that we do, and we just need to keep dressing honestly.
So my name's Jordan Parker. I'm the oldest child of Jay and Christy Parker, Jackson and Caden's older brother. And I'm 22 years old, and I served a mission in Atlanta, Georgia. I now live in Salt Lake and go to school.
What message does an immodest girl give to young men?
An immodest girl is the message that it sends to young men is that her value lies in her body and not in her person. I mean, when I see an attractive, immodest girl, I don't think necessarily that I'd like to get to know her or value her for her personality, but obviously more like physical attraction is there.
Can immodest girls affect your decision to go on a mission and remain worthy to serve a mission?
I would say that, the thoughts lead to actions, and actions lead to habits, and that plays into who we are. And so, immodest girls can make it more difficult to have clean thoughts, and eventually your thoughts will affect who you are. And that, it could affect the choices that you make. We all have control over our thoughts, but that can certainly make it harder.
What article of clothing looks good on a girl that's modest?
I think every girl should dress like Canada.
Good answer. Ellie agrees. Is modesty something you look for in a wife?
Oh yeah. Just want like this classy, smart, cute girl who doesn't get looked at like a piece of meat by a bunch of guys every day. So, if you know anyone, just kidding.
Pass the word on to Jordan. Anything else you would like the young women to know?
Chastity is the most important thing that you have control over in high school. I'll say that. And get good grades.